Morning, and welcome back to another online course. This time we'll be dealing with lessons 8 and 9 merged together. عملنا combinaison بين les deux leçons هذوما الأخرانيين parce que فيهم نفس التيم. These two have to do with employment, التشغيل, employment. The main points, the new words, the main ideas, we will be finding them in our lesson, okay, concerning, of course, these two lessons. So let's start with the first activity here. Now, these are AI-powered infographics. In Spider, this is an infogram, and this one is a spidergram. So we'll discuss the main points in each. Let's start with the infograph. Now, what are the steps here? The question is, what are the steps to get a job? Of course, we need self-assessment. If you just can check the points here, we need to identify our skills, strengths, and interests. We need to choose our career path. لازم تخمم في الكارير متاعك الشمال الباث. What are you planning to do in the future? You need to have a strong CV. That's resume in America. CV, this is an acronym for the curriculum vitae. Let me. All right, this is curriculum vitae. هنا in America, this is called resume. Okay, you need to prepare a nice resume, or also we can call it the biodata. Okay, biodata. I mean data about your life. Biodata. So we need to prepare. We need to create a strong one, strong CV. Okay. We need to write for the company you want to work for. If it's writing a letter or nowadays we are emailing, we are using emails. Of course, we are all job seekers at the beginning of our careers. We are job seekers. We are all searching for jobs. So we call people who search for jobs job seekers. Normally, we search for jobs in newspapers, in magazines, in the employment agencies, le bureau de travail, on social media, of course. Okay, we do have many, let's say, resources to resort to whenever we need to get a job. Okay. You need to get prepared for interviews. Interviews, this is American, ce qu'on appelle en français les entretiens. Okay. You need to prepare yourselves because if you are chosen for a job, normally you need to undergo an interview with the boss of the company. Okay. Uh, Also, when going there, you need to dress professionally. You don't need to wear casual clothes. You need to dress, sorry, yeah, or wear professionally. And of course, you need to follow up your job application. I mean, you just send many times your emails, okay? Reiterate your interest. You will repeat your interest in case they forgot about you or they don't respond you or in case they don't notify you. Okay, because when we are waiting for a job, normally they will notify us of the recruitment, notify someone of something. They will simply inform us officially, okay, inform us officially. So they will be sending us a, what's the noun from? Notify. You know the word that is notification. Very good. All right. So we will be receiving that notification in case we are recruited. ركز هنا. What is to recruit someone? هنا تيتر نتاع اللسون تاعنا employment. This is simply to employ somebody. Let me clarify this here. This is employing somebody. Of course, that's a verb. So employing, or do you have another word for employ, recruit?
Hire.
Very good. That's to hire somebody. Great. Now I will be focusing on the word employ. Make difference between two nouns of persons. To employ as a verb, but uh, make difference between employee with double E here, that's the noun of a person, and an employer, which is also the person from employ. So the first one, the employee, that's the worker, but the employer, that's the boss, or simply the manager, right? The manager. Great. So what do we need to get a job? Focus on the spidergram here. We need qualifications certainly. المؤهلات ها نورمالمون المؤهلات العلمية بتاعنا. We need education, we need certificates, diplomas, we need certain skills also got from training programs. Training نقصد به الفورماسيون. To get a job, of course, we need searching, as we said previously, for these jobs online or going to networking, yeah, going to job fairs, going to the employment agency. I talked about that. You need to apply for application that comes from the verb to apply for a job. This is simply present to present one's كيفاش نقولوا كيما انتم مترشحين البكالوريا الترشح نتاعك you present your candidacy uh, candidacy to get a job. That's applying for a job, right? It's through or by sending your CV, your resume, by writing letters, application forms, filling in application forms. كنت مثلا تمشي bureau de travail, you need to fill in an application form or simply by normalement كما قلت لكم ولات الحكاية بالإيميلز by emailing that company you'd like to work for. And also we need that interview preparation. There are common questions بالنسبة للي مثلا عنده بلانينج بتاع مشي يخدم في اللغة في كندا ولا في الخليج فوالا تنجموا تتعرفوا على ال common questions in job interviews في les entretiens تلقاو most frequently asked questions تلقاو surtout في اليوتيوب there are common questions asked. There is that dress code you need to wear professionally, as I said previously, and you need to search about the company you'd like to work for. Le suivi, le follow-up was suivi by thanking, by sending emails and emails, reiterating your interest to work for that company. Okay. That's it. So that's the follow-up. That's generally speaking the same ideas here. We talked about that. Great. Now, this is a very, let's say, expressive picture here, telling us about the difference between being a boss and being a leader. we will be reading these points here. Bon, الفورمات سي un peu petit لهنا. نحاولوا نفهموا الايديز لهنا. مش تقولوا لي if these are qualities of a boss or a leader. لاحظوا هنا position of the boss. This is behind the workers. Par contre, the leader is the one who leads the group. He is the leader here. This one is the leader. It is the group. Okay, that's the difference between a boss and the leader. Great. To read here, and you will be telling me if these are qualities of a leader or a boss. Normally here, um, I'm also checking you the words here. All right, no problem. Depends on authority, inspire here, inspires fear.
boss,
He's authoritarian. He's making everybody afraid of him, saying all the time, I, not we, placing blame all the time for the breakdown, blaming always others, not himself, knows how it is done unless people show him or uses people. Uh, that's it. He take credit. Always the merit is for him. Le mérite, c'est toujours pour lui. He's commanding by saying, go, do that and that. That's, of course, these are, of course, qualities of a boss.
boss.
Yeah, boss. It cannot be for a person who is a leader.
مش
Now,
معناتها drives employee.
sorry,
drives employee اللي
he drives the employees. هو اللي يقود كيما هنا بالضبط. يقود قش عليه يقود في عربة ده كوردو. Okay, he's not at the beginning. Okay, in front. He's the behind. He drives the employees. كما في البيكتشر بالضبط. ده كوردو. Normalement, position of a leader لازمك تكون انت في المقدمة لهنا and not be left behind here وانت تقود في الجروب لهنا. No, the boss has to be the leader. ايش معناها؟ he's simply guiding, he's simply driving, he's simply guiding his employees, not driving them. Bien. Par contre, normally this has to do with the leader, these qualities. The leader coaches them. He's the coach, just like in football matches. Coach him, showing his goodwill, les intentions الباهين متاعو. Goodwill. النية الباهية معناها النية الطيبة متاعه. He generates enthusiasm. يحرك تسكي حماسة في الخدمة. He makes his employees enthusiastic متحمسين انهم يخدموا. ما يقولش اي كيما الباص، يقول وي نحن كشركة. مش just showing this egoism here. Uh, places the breakdowns. Um, let me just understand this or fixes the break downs. معناها هو اللي يحدد المشاكل متاع الكامباني، مش يلقي بهم على غيره. داكورد، المسؤولية على غيره. He shows how it is done. يوري الامبلويز بيان سور بويسكو هو ليدر، يوريهم ثنية، يوريهم كيفاش نحلوا مشاكل etc. how to solve problems. These are problem solving skills. مش n'importe qui عنده problem solving skills. It's in leaders. He develops people. يتعلموا منه العباد. He gives credit. مش ياخذ هو الميريت. إذا كان نجحت السوسيتي الناس الكل he gives credit to everybody. يسأل bien sûr. He asks. مش معناتها يعرف كل شيء. يجب حتى يتعلم من الامبلويز بتاعه. He asks questions. Et pourquoi pas مش par ordre. It's a courteous way to say let's go together to do that and that. مش go. Go which is order. Not commanding, not ordering his employees. So, Being a boss is tiring and miserable. If you are a boss, think that you are a boss and هنا, you are driving your employees. It's a tiring and miserable position. But being a leader, of course, that's rewarding for you. Bien sûr, ايش معناها rewarding for you? You will receive rewards because you are a leader, okay, for everyone around you and from everyone around you. People simply will respect you. The first and major reward you will receive if you are a good leader, that's public respect, public recognition that you are a good leader. So this is a difference between being a boss and being a leader. Let's place these words in the box here under the right heading or headings. عندنا three headings. If the words are about working hours, if the words about hard times in jobs, les moments difficult times, les moments difficiles نتاع الخدمة, or السلم المهني متاعنا career, if these words about the career ladder. بeh. Let's start with the first word, dismissed here.
Working hours.
Come
Hard
on.
times.
Hard
Hard
times.
times.
Okay. أعطيني two other words that mean dismissed from the same box here.
Fired.
Fired and
Sacked.
fired and
Out of work.
sacked.
Sacked.
Sacked. Okay. Fired and sacked. Dismissed, fired and sacked. Ah, yes. Fired. دخل أبو قال. به من الwords and explanations here. Fired, sacked, and dismissed. Which one is the definition? Which one is the definition for fired, sacked, and dismissed?
Removed from a position.
That's it. Very good. If a person is fired, if a person is dismissed, and if a person is sacked, he's simply forced to leave his position or removed from his position. Okay, he's simply removed from his position. That's fired, dismissed, and sacked. So, of course, they are all of the same meaning. So these are hard times in our jobs, being fired, being dismissed, and being sacked. Great. Next one, 9 to 5 job.
Working hours.
Sure, that's a working hour. 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 p.m. 9 to 5 work or job. Yeah, that's working hour. Training, formation, training.
Career.
Yeah, of course, we need trainings for our career ladders to step forward in our career ladders. We need the training. Pay rise. Rise, pay rise. Come on, pay rise.
Working
Career ladder.
No, this career ladder,
Career
yeah.
ladder, yeah.
Career ladder, yeah. Pay rise. This is the payment. Rise in payment, okay? Pay rise. If you are given a pay rise, that means that you are simply stepping forward in your career ladder. What about people who work overtime?
Hard
Working working
time.
hours. Working overtime. This is working hours. يخدم plein temps, overtime. You are working overtime. Uh, Usually, this is at least 8 hours per day. سكت شفناها.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
مش ما
قل
نجمش work over time ينجم يكون hard times.
سا ديبون يا ذكاء. شكون قال انا نخدم شيخ على خدمتي؟ م? شكون قال نخدم بلانتون شيخ على خدمتي وقتها هارد تايم؟
لا.
دونك بريسيزامون ici نحكي ولا working overtime. باهي. هنا نحكي على ال next one prospects.
career ladder.
Yeah. Which one where do you place the meaning of having good prospects here? Which one is the definition?
To get a higher position.
Prospects, plural
The
noun.
chances
Voila,
of
B.
being
Very good.
successful.
These are the chances of being successful. These are prospects.
Mhm.
Great. Next one, shift work. Le moment de passation.
Working
Career
hours.
ladder.
Bien sûr, working hour. ايش معناها shift work؟ عندكم definition لهنا. Find out the definition of shift work.
A period of time worked by a
Period of
group of
time worked
workers
by a
who
group
start
of
work.
workers who start
Yeah,
work.
as another group finishes. Donc, passation, hein, shift work. That's shift work. It's when a group of workers come and take the place of another group. Okay, that's shift work. Very good. هنا what is to be redundant؟ كيف موجود الديفينيسيون لهنا. To be redundant.
To get a higher position.
No.
هذيك بروموت.
No longer in
No
employment
longer.
because
Yeah, that's redundancy. ايش معناها an employee who is redundant? Simply no
Replace.
longer needed. No longer needed in that company. علاش؟ بخاطر no more work is available there. Donc, right, that's redundant. Tout simplement, this is no longer needed in that position. So some employees are made redundant and therefore they are asked to leave the company. That's redundancy. Donc, redundant, which is an adjective, and redundancy, that's a noun. Good. Somebody who is promoted, of course. This is, of course, redundant. This is hard time, huh? These are hard times in our jobs, job careers. Uh, People who are made redundant, no longer needed. This is a hard time. What about getting promoted?
كارير.
Yeah, sure. Career ladder. That's promoted. And out of work, this is fired. This
Hard
is
time.
hard time. Yeah, out of work. Good. To get a higher position,
to be
no,
promoted.
that's to be promoted.
شير.
Yes, please.
يا أخي أوت أوف وركس معناها فايرت هذا.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You're out of work. You are made redundant. Donc, you are sacked. You are fired. This is the hard time. Great. Now, let's check this job ad. Now, you will we'll read it together, this job ad, and you will answer the first question. What is the job offered or the position offered? واضح لنا. That is, what is
secretary,
all right, the
executive,
executive secretary. An executive secretary. هنا secrétaire, hein, exécutive. عفوا. فما three powers: executive power, legislative power, and judiciary power. هنا في الأمور تسكي أمور تنفيذية، ها؟ سكرتير في تسكي أمور تنفيذية. That's executive. Yeah, well, that's it. What are the requirements؟ إيش معناها requirements؟ إيش ما هو what does this
qualification,
job require or need. Yes, just focus on these 4 points here.
master degree,
Master degree,
Master's degree, yeah, master's degree,
6, 8 year experience in relevant field.
master's degree, yeah. Then you said 6 to 8 year experience, 6 to 8 year experience.
شو
Oui,
requiring معناها
les
qualification.
besoins, les besoins, les
نعم.
besoins متاع البوست هذا غسان. شنو هما les besoins؟ les besoins متاعنا هما قال لك الماستر ماسترز ديجري كيف كيف les besoins متاع الجوب اوفر هذا هو 6 to 8 years experience يعني 6 to 8 year ناقصة كلمة year هنا experience in that job in that particular field. All right. Any other requirements?
Written, verbal communication skills.
Communication skills, yeah. Bon, vous avez ici plein là, hein? We need that communication skills, which is verbal and written. Yeah, that's it. Verbal plus written communication skills. So these are the main, of course, also working efficiently here, drafting, drafting of meetings, of memories, or diary management. All right. So these are good communication skills needed to get that job. تعالوا نمشيو للadvantages. What are the advantages offered by this job?
Market of based compensation. The modern
Market,
work
all
environment.
right. Modern, انت تساق بالك شيء, they will be compensating you. Sorry, market-based compensation. يعطيوك مكافآت, ها؟ يعطيوك مكافآت. That's compensation. شنو آخر؟ الانفيرونمون اللي مش تخدم فيه. This is
Excellent
modern
work
work
environment.
environment. C'est très moderne l'environnement اللي مش تخدم فيه. That's a modern work environment. Environment. Great. As it tells you here, these are also, you will be having growth prospects. Des opportunités انك تطور تنمي في المهارات نتاعك. growth تنمية بشرية لنا. donc تنمي في المهارات نتاعك. this is growth, these are growth prospects. Okay, in the future you might just grow working for that company. Yeah, growing up in your skills. Yeah. So this is a job offer. These are the requirements, and these are the advantages needed to, or let's say offered by this job. Good. Now, let's check some new words from this ad here. You will be rereading it and finding out a word that means a person who is applying to get it to a position for a job. A person who is applying for a position in a job. كما انتم مترشحين للبكالوريا. How to call this? I just mentioned it previously.
Confidence.
Candidate, yeah, candidates, yeah. A person who is applying for a position to get a job, this is a candidate. That's a person. Candidates, these are persons. This year, you are candidates for what? For national back exams. Great. Now, moving on to another expression or word for a verbal and written request for employment. Verbal or written request. Verbal written request for an employment. Take your time.
required
Verbal,
envelope,
verbal or written request.
letter,
Application.
application,
Very good. Very good. That's application.
فهمتهاش ماشي
دونك لهنا request هو شنو؟ الريكيت اش معناها الريكيت؟ It's a demand. Demande par quoi? Application تنجم تكون application form تكتب حكاية كما تنجم تكون verbalement. You will apply for the job مثلا by phoning, okay, by getting the phone number and phoning them. تقولوا that comes from the verb to apply. This is application. كما قلت قبيلة, this is applying, this is presenting your candidacy to get that job. واضحة؟
واضح
Donc,
ماشي
هنا application, this is a request. Can be verbally or by writing. Normalement, كما قلت لكم, if it's written request, it's through or via emails. Now, another word for to employ, هنا
hire, to hire,
hire. Donc, استعملنا هنا كلمة hiring. This is employing. فهمنا فيها قبيلة. Hiring or recruiting also. شفناها من قبيلة here. Recruiting, hiring, that's employing. Now, to answer that question, what is the next step candidates, job seekers would do after reading the ad? The next step is there. ركزوا على الدو ليني الاخرانيين نتاع
writing
job
and
ad. Okay. So here, interested candidates who fulfill the above mentioned criteria are requested to submit their application. And this is the closing date. ايش معناها closing date يا جماعة؟
that limit,
That limit. فوالا سميهم closing date وإلا this is called the
deadline,
deadline. That's the closing date for sending your application form, for sending your candidacy. Okay, so next step, this is submitting the application, the request, demande. You will submit it. Submit one's request or one's application. Right? That's it. Great. Moving on. هوا مش ندخلوا précisément في lesson 8. مش نحكيو على I will help you, okay, with the general idea of this text here. The relationship between employers and employees. Bon, التكست un peu معناتها مش واضح برشا الكتيبة مي bon معاكم أنا تو مش نحاول نوضح أكثر لي مو اللي مش واضحين و en parallèle what are you going to do? You will be reinserting these expressions or these sentences in the right blanks. D'accordo? Donc عنا leaving or threatening to strike. What is to strike? باش نفهموها نجم من بعد we can place it correctly.
to
What
hit,
is to strike?
to hit,
Ranim, what did you say? Sorry?
to quit,
Not quit, no.
drop somebody
to
Sorry?
hit,
That is
uh,
simply to refuse, to
okay.
refuse to
She's
what?
working
Yeah, to refuse to work. as a sign of what? as a sign كيفاش نقول الاحتجاج as a sign of or as a pro
protest.
احتجاج
protest.
protest as a protest so a simple strike simply الإضراب الإضراب you refuse to work donc leaving شكون leaving employees or threatening to strike leaving their position or threatening to strike next sentence boosting productivity improving productivity third sentence loyal committed to the organization next one or the last one treat them with respect شكون يقرأ لي تو trying the first blank
شي نقرأ أما
ذك...
شوية كبر.
اي ما نجمش نكبر خاطر الفورما كيكا ما حاول تقرا يا ذكرى
باهي.
وانا معك يلا
أي
some
some
companies
companies some companies seem keener on going green than they are about their employees. A survey
just
by
just a moment
management.
just a moment قال لك some companies seem keener on going green rather than let's say being keen on their employees. What is to go green here? What is going green? قال لك فما employers, فما bosses,
Rich,
they
get
are
rich,
all the time going green rather than
get rich.
sorry?
They're trying to get rich.
No, 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 no,
Um,
no. Green, that's the color of the nature, yes or no?
Plant
So that's being interested in the environment.
environment.
1 plus I. قال لك برشا many managers of companies يهتموا أكثر بالبيئة بالناتور they go green they do their best to protect the nature أكثر من إنه شنو أكثر من إنهم انتريسي بالemployees متاعهم بالخدامة متاعهم d'accord donc what is to be keen on something on doing something
fond of,
sorry what is to
fond
be
of doing
keen
something.
this
Interested
is
in.
this interested in very good that's it that's to be interested to be keen on
Doing something.
doing something, yeah, that's simply be interested in that thing. To be interested in doing that thing or in that thing. That's it. Great. The interest, their major interest is to protect the nature rather than the feelings of the employees. كمل اقرأ تو. Survey.
A survey by management consultancy Hudson found that three-quarters of executives would not hesitate to fire
Executives
employees.
سامحني هم البosses ها would not hesitate
Executives
to
will not hesitate to fire employees.
علاش
Employees.
علاش why do they fire their employees the reason
To boost
behind
productivity.
very good madam to boost donc لهنا هذه number one here that's to boost productivity and performance لهنا la raison c'est quoi they simply easily fire their employees in cases they see that their employees are redundant they are no longer needed زايدين معناها في الكومباني بتاعهم in their companies donc they simply think of what of only boosting productivity يهموش معناتها في الخدام بتاعه في الرايتس of his employees يهم هو بالنسبة هو يطور في البيرفورمانس بتاع السوسيتي بتاعه ويطور زادة في البرودكتيفيتي بتاع السوسيتي بتاعه when he sees some workers as redundant, they simply fire them. That's the point. كمل اقرا 1 in 6
1 in 6 think they could get rid of 20% year okay.
of employees, yeah.
Of employees without damaging performance or morale.
Yeah,
Nearly naive,
nearly half,
nearly
half,
half
half reckon
reckon firing up to 5%
a
year
year
would be a good thing.
a good thing. Reckon, reckon. What's the meaning of reckon here? What
Reckon.
is to reckon something? And then number five.
To think.
Think, yeah, that's F. That's F. Very good. قال لك لهنا نعاود نقرا جملتك. Nearly half of these executives reckon معناتها يعترفوا ولا think that firing up to 5% a year would be a good thing. Uh, it's a good thing. Even though كمل اقرا.
Even though only 4% actually carry out this threat, it
Threat,
is
yeah.
still a threat. It is still revealing.
Revealing finding. Yeah. كمل.
Amala, this
Yes,
is
please.
what executives really think of their most valued asset. Not only that, it uh,
Utterly.
it utterly
شنو
ignores
يعملوا
their
هذوما؟
own
Contribution.
ignores our own contribution to their employees and
And
their
the performance.
performance, raising so many questions. It is hard to know where to
to
begin.
begin. ركزوا معايا مليح الجملة الأخرى. شنو قاعدين يعملوا الباسز هذوما المانجرز هذوما؟ they utterly ignore the
Ignore.
contribution ولا the contributions of their employees. their تعود على شكون؟ على الامبلويز هذيا. they utterly ايش معناها utterly ignore the contributions؟ هاي السبن. they complete. Very good. This is 3 plus A. They completely ignore the contributions of شكون? Of the employees.
Employees.
لهنا ديما يلقوا بالمسؤولية على شكون هنا؟ على الemployees
الemployees.
for their end performance. Et bien sûr وقتها مش نتسائلوا il y a des questions sur quoi? It's hard to know where to begin. Sur quoi? Surtout sur quoi? Questions. It's about the ingratitude of those. نفهموا فما l'ingratitude ici. The ingratitude of those bosses. إيش معناها ingratitude؟ معناها they are not thankful. Very easily they fire their employees because of underperformance. فما نوع من l'ingratitude هنا. unthankfulness. نورمالمون نشكرهم على الافورتس متاعهم. But for those bosses, it's very easy for them to fire their employees. What for? To boost productivity and the performance. كمل اقرا لي تو. Only
Only 38% of employees feel senior manager and directors
right, feel them.
uh,
يشعروا بيهم شنو؟
loyal, loyal and committed to the
لا
organization.
لا.
Treat them with respect.
Très très bien.
Really?
Juste 38% ماك الخدام هذوكم يشعروا انهم المانجرز متاعهم والديريكتورز متاعهم treat them with respect. هاي numéro 2.
Very true.
Voilà, numéro 2. Only very few معناها pourcentage هذا 38% معناتها الأقلية تسمى من اللي يخدموا في الكامبانيز يشعروا بهالريسبكت هذا good treatment on the part of شكون on the part of managers and 66% كما نقرأ لي
Percent don't trust them
them
around
تعود على
quart
شنو them تعود على شنو
employees, bosses,
Managers.
فوالا المانجرز فوالا
no.
they don't trust their managers yeah around
Around a quarter of employees rarely or never look forward to going to work,
work
and
yeah
and almost half are leaving or trying to.
Trying to leave, yeah.
Researchers suggest many managers aren't doing enough to
Enough to
keep
keep.
their staff interested. The result underperformance and low productivity.
Bien sûr, إذا كان الستاف متاعك نحكيو على الستاف، نحكيو على الوركينج تيم، إذا كان موش انتريسي staff. دونك لهنا which word for eight staff.
Staff,
Come on, it's very easy.
persons who work
Work
in
in a
company.
company دي yeah. إذا كان ال persons who work for your company bien sûr they are not interested، شنو الريزولتا متاعها؟
The result
There are
Low
underperformance.
productivity.
underperformance and low productivity bien sûr automatically speaking. Paragraph 3. A UK
A
survey
UK survey showed that in 2005,
2005
just
16%
60% of UK employees were positively
وقت اللي
engaged,
نقول positively engaged معناها
Loyal
positively
and
engaged,
committed.
loyal
loyal
and
and committed.
committed
That's
to
it.
the organization.
لا that's it. Only 16% were shown to be positively engaged and loyal to that company.
Mhm.
committed engagé ملتزمين بالعمل في السوسيتي ذيك. Donc, only 16%. كمل اقرا the rest.
The rest were physically present but psychologically absent.
Be silent. Psychologically. عاود معي ذكرها. Psychologically.
Psychologically absent.
فوالا دونك هنا حاضرين بالغياب، حاضرين فيزيكمون حاضرين، but psychologically يخمم في حاجة أخرى. ليش شنو يعني يخمم فيها؟ يقول لك اتو مومون الديريكتور نتاعي يجي يقول لي تفضل برا out of work. اتو مومون يقول لي تفضل معناها دونك لهنا ما فماش شكل feeling of what؟ feeling of relief, feeling of
Security.
yeah, that security. They are feeling insecure. Very good.
Much
مش secure.
confidence.
That's it. No confidence, no trust. That's it. دونك كملي they express دونك شو مش يعملوا؟ مش
They,
يعملوا رياكسيون ولا
uh, uh,
كيفاش؟ تراه كمل
they
اقرا لي.
express their
Appointment, the
disappointment,
disappointment ولا dissatisfaction.
dis- disappointment by going sick,
يتمارضوا going
mm,
sick. Not trying
not
يكركروا.
trying,
آه،
leaving, or threatening to
فوالا حتى
strike.
يغادروا جملة وإلا يهدوا بالإضراب. They are leaving their positions طوعيا معناتها voluntarily طوعيا voluntarily وإلا threatening to strike يوقفوا الخدمة refuse to work. That's striking. وشكون
The
المسؤول في هذا الكل؟ The culprit. هو
buses
البور الباسز هو البور الجيستيون
management.
الخايبة متاع السوسيتي. culprit شو يقصد بها؟ culprit لهنا ال 11 لهنا ايش معناها الكالبريت؟ شكون المسؤول نقصد بها؟ This is
The offender. Value.
offender or another word, another
Useful
The
definition
person.
person who something
that
or
causes
something
problem.
that causes
شكون اللي
problems.
متسبب في المشاكل هذوما الكل؟ هما البور مانجمنت. Donc this is J. This is 11 plus J. As I said previously, they are threatening to strike, to refuse to work as a protest. This is 10 plus G. And many would say that they are not loyal to that company because they are not feeling secure. Loyal, this is faithful. And this is 9 plus some K.
Okay.
All right. Donc قلنا utterly, this is لحظة الساعة utterly.
Completely.
I'm sure this is completely here. bien sûr هنا. Number 7E هنا حطيناها الغلط.
Recognizing.
Yeah. reckon 5 تفهمنا فيها. This is
Think.
think. هنا
If.
ثبتوا معي مليح. ثبتوا معي مليح. ثبتوا معي مليح. Number 2 firing. This is firing somebody. This is dismissing or excluding somebody from that company. This is B. هنا قبيلة نقلنا بالغلط letters, the synonyms here. All right. And the point is to boost productivity when firing them, which is improve while ameliorating that productivity. Donc 3 plus A. أقول هذا هو مع السينونيم.
monsieur
قل لي بنتي.
الويت
Eight staff bien sûr. Eight اللي هو persons who work for that company. This is D. Good. That's it.
6
The assets. What do you mean by the assets? They're only valuable assets. This is the employees are their only valuable assets. I mean, useful persons. Okay, donc 6 plus C. Yeah, thank you. Good. Donc مذكورة هنا في الفقرة متاعنا. They don't hesitate to fire their valuable assets اللي هما useful persons, useful employees. C'est très facile كما قلنا pour eux باش يطردوهم useful employees. اليوم ce sont des assets معناتها كما تقول أهم مدخرات نتاع السوسيتي هما الثروة البشرية اللي تخدم اللي performante. The main idea of the whole text is about what? Is it successful economy? Is it employee relationship, or is it dissatisfied workers? Main idea.
workers.
لا
relation.
No.
أحكيو على الemployer employee relationship. Ça c'est plus général, oui. Ça c'est plus précis aussi. That's much more precise. It's discussing the relationship between employers and employees. That's the main point in this whole paragraph. That is taken from your textbooks. Huh? Good. Donc, نرجع نقرأ هنا workers, the end, the two lines, the last lines of this text. Workers say they don't know what is expected of them. They don't know what managers want from them. And managers don't care about their feelings as people, as human beings. They don't care about them. They aren't good fit for their jobs, aren't good fit for their talents, and their views count for little. ما يشاورهمش. Their opinions, their points of view, they don't care about them. They are not treated as humans. There is somehow a kind of slavery in treating those employees. C'est un peu d'esclavage, non? That's it. That's slavery. We reinvest these words we saw together interest boost them states fire environment performance these words in this paragraph here. Let's fill in the blanks. Anyone to try. قل لي.
شنو العبودية مسيو بتنا؟
Slavery. أنا كتبتها لكم يا غسان. That's slavery. What you call in French l'esclavage. Bien sûr, إذا كان أنت you mistreat your employees وإلا فما كلمة أخرى mistreat هي بيدها ill treat your employees in this way اللي كنا نحكيو فيه. That means that you are not seeing your workers as human beings. You're simply treating them as slaves. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. ترى شكون قلنا يقرأ لنا الفقرة هذه and at the same time we fill in the blanks. Who wants to? مرام رنيم يلا go ahead رنيم.
The employers believe that they have the right to fire employees in order to boost productivity and performance.
Thank you. To boost productivity and performance. حكينا فيه قبيلة. كمل اقرأ بالسيرفي.
The survey also states that some companies
voilà.
have shown more interest in the environment more than the workers' hard situation.
Yeah, this is more interest in the environment than in the workers' hard situations. Environment. More than in the workers' hard situations. Great. The main idea here, it's very evident here. به هات نشوفوا false statements هذوما d'accordo. Reading paragraph 2 and 3. We do have two false statements here, three false statements here.
Mhm.
First one, the majority of workers are respected by their managers. How to correct this؟ ما فهمنا احنا؟
Only
Minority.
لا ناخذوا كيما هي justification من التكست
Only
ونقلوها. قولوا لي
30%.
جوست منين تبداو ومنين تكملوا.
only 36%.
Which
Only
line?
30%.
Which line? Which line?
Line number 1, paragraph 2.
Paragraph 2, line number 1, eh?
Only 36% of employees fear senior managers and directors, treat them with respect.
Voilà. Treat them with respect. Voilà. Donc, من هنا حتى لهنا.
Mm.
من only. Donc, في l'examen تكتبوها كما هي كما تفهمنا. Quote, you start quoting. تعطيوني précisément la justification qui montre que ça c'est faux. من only هنا في الكلام تاعنا لهنا to correct this false statement اللي قال لي the majority قال لك only 38%. هتك شيء
With respect.
treat them with respect. Yeah. Bien sûr ما تعملوش هكايا في الاكزامان. نقلوها bien sûr. ما تحطوش 3 points de suspension. نقلوهم bien sûr. That's on here just to save time. Okay. False statement number 2. قال لك 25% of workers are fond of their jobs. Are fond of معناها they simply like their jobs. If you are fond of something, you like it. 25% of those workers, of those employees.
Paragraph 3, line 1.
très très bien. شو تقول هنا؟ منين نبداو؟
16%.
Just 16%, yeah,
Uh,
of those employees were.
employees were positively
Bien sûr.
engaged.
Juste 16%, مش الشيفر هذاك 25%. Donc نبدأ من كلمة just. 16% of those employees were positively engaged. Actually engaged. ايش معناها positive engaged؟ معناتها they like their jobs. Not 25%, but just 16% positively
She found
engaged.
معناها like their jobs.
Yeah, if you are fond of something, you like it. That's to be fond of something, which is simply to love it, to like it, to love your job. Okay? Now, the third statement now. Most workers are getting enough recognition. ايش معناها recognition؟ معناها respect and praise. Alors que في التكست
66% don't trust them.
لا اعطيني اللاين نمبر and the paragraph number.
Line
نعطينا جست لحظة لهنا ركزوا معايا مليح نحكيو على شنو نحكيو على workers. Most of the workers are getting enough recognition. معناها اخذين حقهم بالكامل. respect وكل شيء. اي شو يقول تكست؟ يس.
uh, 66%.
Which paragraph and which
Paragraph
line?
2.
Paragraph 2, yes.
Line 2.
Line 2, yes.
66% don't trust them.
تركيزنا هنا don't trust them. التركيز
They
لهنا.
express their disappointment.
Which one?
Paragraph 3, line
Paragraph 3, line
1, 2, 3, 3.
به line 3
2 and 3. They express their disappointment by going sick.
by going sick, try not trying. به major point هنا هي قال لك most workers are getting enough recognition. ايش معناه؟ encore une fois نحكيو على واخذين حقهم بالكامل. قال لك most of the workers واخذين حقهم بالكامل. alors que ايش قال هنا في التكست؟ ركزوا مليح.
Their jobs aren't good fit for their talents.
فوالا اللي هي اخر الوحده هاي.
For their talents and their reviews count for little.
هذا هو بالعكس ما يعترفوش بيهم جمله. no respect خاطر ما يعترفوش بالبوينتس اوف فيو نتاعهم. وحتى البوزيشنز اللي هم offer there they are not fit. ما همش ملائمين. they are not fit for their talent. ما همش ملائمين للمهارات نتاعهم هم. دونك مش نبدا من their jobs aren't fit for their talents. وشنو حتكشي للاخر لهنا حتكشي and their views count for little. دونك تنقلوا حتكشي للword little. full stop. is that clear؟ هذه جاوب على فكرة انه قال لك most of the workers are getting enough recognition. بالعكس ما فماش recognition. حطوا في مخاخنا respect, public respect and praise. They are not receiving that recognition. They are not receiving that respect. بالعكس their views count a little. They don't I don't know, they don't resort to their views at all. شكون عنده question? Ça va?
Yes.
Donc c'est une opportunité لهنا باش نتعلموا encore une fois نخدموا false statements surtout في l'exams بتاعنا. به we will be completing here this cause and effect question. Cause workers are not interested in their job. شنو اللي فيه متاع هذا واضح اللي فيه كنا فيه قبيلة.
Low performance
low performance. شنو
and
آخر؟
low productivity.
low performance, low productivity. Okay, low performance and productivity. Very good. And productivity. Great. The workers felt disappointment with their manager's behavior. This feeling is expressed by what? نرجع للتكست. Their
Being
disappointment, their
sick.
dissatisfaction by going sick. Donc هنا باش نركزوا على this line from paragraph 3. Going sick, voilà, justement ici. Donc, by going sick, hein? By going sick. What else? Not trying.
not
هاي يا جماعة.
trying
Not trying.
leaving or
Leaving. Not trying. Leaving. Or what? Or threatening to.
threatening to strike.
Threatening, voilà, to
What
strike.
means threatening?
Strike. What's the meaning of strike, Rasena?
دي قبلها threatening.
شنو هي؟ Yes?
كلمة ذيك التيراشن كده.
Threatening. All right. What is to threaten someone to do said thing?
يهدد.
Voila, in English.
Endange,
To head the day in English.
warn,
Someone to do something.
maintenance.
Simply to warn. To warn to do that thing. To warn ولا menace. Menacer in فرنسي تقولوا انتم
Oui.
No, menace warning to do that thing. يهدوا بالضراب ده كودو to
واضح.
menace to do something. That's it. Donc, لهنا they are not trying, they are leaving or threatening to strike. هنا what do you notice in the structure هنا بويسكو بدالي من بعد باي لهنا كلها بالاي ing forms كيما هنا going ثم trying ثم leaving ثم threatening بويسك بدالي بالgoing لهنا بعد ال preposition by وفما punctuation ici ومن بعد في الاخر فما and ولا or لهنا دونك هذه نسميوها parallel
Parallel.
structure ولا
structure.
parallelism. Yeah, parallelism. That's parallelism. This is a parallel structure. You have a list of words, a list of verbs, followed by this preposition by. Automatically, we need to put them in the ing forms all to make a parallel structure. That's parallelism. Great. بربي شكون عنده كيستيون قبل ما نمشيو للاكتيفيتي اللي من بعد اللي هو مش نركزوا توا على post reading real writing. Yeah, we will be finishing a conversation together. Bien. No questions. We carry on. It's a conversation between a journalist and a young graduate. متخرج جديد. خرج من a graduate. This is a youngster, or young person who has finished his university studies. به we will try to complete the conversation between the two, I mean, the journalist and that graduate. And we will be finishing with the missing questions and answers. Okay. Why not enacting them, listening to you, two of you enacting it? Why not? به قال له journalist هنا, first let me congratulate you for your brilliant success. شو مش يقول له graduate.
Thank you.
I really thank you. I really appreciate that. All right. Appreciate that.
Mm.
Or appreciate it. Huh? قال له, what type of job would you like to do? What type of job would you like to do? انت اللي هنا ça dépend de toi مالنا كل واحد فيكم هنا. انتم what type of jobs you like to do?
Self-care.
مثلا um, uh, any job in the domain ولا نقول in the field, in the domain or the field. زميلتكم قالت health care وإلا ما نعرفش أنا any job in the domain of business, any job in the domain I don't know of management, any job in the domain of finances. Je sais pas يعني الدومين اللي انتم bien sûr تحبذوه. Why would you choose this job? Would it be for the good salary? For flexible hours معناتها ماكش مربوطة بوقت. C'est très flexible الأوقات متاعك. or for other reasons. مش تكون حسب رأيك أنت كمتخرج سواديزون متخرج جديد. What makes you choose that job? Is it the good salary, the flex? What do you look for?
All
أنت
of
نهار آخر باش تخدم أكثر حاجة تخمم فيها اسكو السالير Est-ce que flexibility in the working schedule ولا عندك d'autres raisons؟
maybe passionate about something.
Donc هنا كيفاش تقولها في جملة؟
Um, I choose
What really matters for me أهم حاجة بالنسبة لي أنا c'est quoi?
is being passionate about.
Voilà. What really matters for me is having هنا خلينا نوضحها a great passion for my job is having a I don't know what's wrong with this. Okay. Let me correct this. We have a problem in the internet connection. Just a moment. So, having نصلحها a great passion for my job. ما يهمكش في السالير، ما يهمكش في working hours. The main concern for you, this has to do with what? Passion. Donc, passion زميلتكم تقصد بها bien sûr loving her job. لهنا missing a question هنا. باش نشوفوا الريبونس وانتم من بعد تقولوا لي الكيستيون نورمالمون مش تكون. الانسر. Let's check the answer. قالك I'd like my boss to be an honest, friendly person, someone who shows much interest in his employees as individuals and who motivates them. Normalement, puisqu'il y a le boss, the qualities in the boss. Donc, how is the question be like? How is it going to be like?
Um, what
type
what
What
quality?
kind
خير من what? Now ممكن
what kind of
بالWH word how.
How
How would
how
you
would you like
Would
your
you?
boss to be?
How would you? Would you? How would you like it? كملوها.
Like your boss to be?
How would you like your boss to be? Eh bien, your boss. Let me make it clear again. There is that problem with the not. All right. So how would you like your boss to be? Question mark here. Yeah. I repeat the answer. I'd like my boss to be an honest, friendly, someone who shows interest in his employees and who motivates them. Again, we don't have the question. Let's check the answer to find out the question. If I were a boss, I would try to make sure that the jobs are a good fit for my employees' talents. بعد كملوا انتم bien sûr. And I would, you finish the idea, okay, the point here. Yeah. What's the question first? If I were a boss, I would try to make sure that the jobs are a good fit.
if you are
If you are, yeah, the boss,
the
yeah.
boss, what
If you were, yeah.
what would you do
How
if
would
you
you
were a
treat your
boss?
employees?
How would you treat your
your
Employees.
employee?
employees? Very good. Very good. Donc, if you were a boss, how how would you would you treat your
Your employee.
employees? مش يقولوا لهنا يقولوا if I were a boss I would try to make sure that the jobs are fit for my employees talents and I would شنو حاجة أخرى تنجم تعملها كباص
recognize,
I would recognize ما بعرفش كمل هنا recognize what
the
their
efforts of
contribute their contribute
contribute.
their
contribute,
contributions الإسهامات متاعهم
the
okay I will
efforts
show respect to their contributions not being ungrateful to them and thankful to them on the
مش
contrary
الناكر معروف
شنو هي؟ قلت لي سامحني يا سانوي
أنا ينكر المجهودات.
okay let's say overlook وإلا tout simplement يا غسان we will overlook their contributions عكس they recognize ولا being ungrateful to their contributions تكردوا
واضح.
donc تتغافل you are indifferent you overlook their contributions هنا عكسها بالعكس you would recognize their contributions
جي حتى يجنون.
by شنو كملوا لي by doing what as a boss by presenting them مثلا شنو
Award.
كما في شكل شنو الwords by presenting
آه
them pay
أتشك.
rise كنا فيها قبيلة pay
إيه.
rises and good opportunities للترقية كيفاش يقولوا الترقية and opportunities for what خلينا نكتبها لنا أخير and
for promote
opportunities for promote and good
promote
opportunities and good opportunities for promotion yeah for opportunities for promotion that's it here in a journalist asking the question I will or finishing I wish you will keep to your attitude and thank you for according us this interview شو مش يقولوا هنا young graduate كيفاش تقول جي لو بليزير لنا
not at all.
خير
You are welcome.
welcome more
with pleasure.
with great pleasure with great avec un grand plaisir great pleasure that's supposedly a conversation between a journalist and a young graduate about future prospects about future careers and of course here and there being in the position of a boss, what are your attitudes? How would you treat your employees? Great. من هنا في الإكزامان نحكيو سيرتو على best relationship between هنا managers between هذيا managers and employees justement نحبكم تقراو معايا هالتوبيك هذايا ما توبيك متداول في ليزيكزامان في الكونكور سورتو برينسيبال هات نقراوه ندشيفريه مع بعض يلا anyone to read the topic
So after,
yes please يلا مرام يلا
due to discouraging work conditions,
ماهمش مشجعين
employees
الكونديسيون ديسكارجينج ماهمش يشجعوا على الخدمة هاي employees
Mhm. Often decide to go on strike. Write a 12-line article in which you suggest some practical solutions to improve the relationship between managers and staff in order to boost productivity and save the economy of your country. The
Okay.
AI
Well,
generated.
these are, of course, infographics, AI generated. Okay. These are certain points they might help you in your essay, in your 12-line article. Yeah. Now, effective to study these ideas كما قلت لكم نجموا ننفستيهم في الفقرة متاعنا. To study these effective staff management in business administration لازم تكون فما clear communication. تحكيوا مليح. تحكيوا مليح مع الخدامة متاعنا. Providing regular feedback. ديما نشوفوا الفيدباك متاع الخدمة متاعنا. عندنا دي بوت. We need to set expectations and goals together. لازم نسمعوا بعضنا مش نقرر وحدي. Bien sûr زادا we need training and development, offering ongoing non-stop معناها عكس سينونيم تاع ongoing معناتها non-stop learning opportunities. ديما نتعلم. That will enhance my skills as an employee. باش تطور في المهارات متاعي. كباص لازم نعترف، لازم نقدم rewards to my employees. الخدام اللي ساهم ما نعرفش في شيفر دافير كبير في السوسيتي نتاعي. I need to present him or her rewards. نعترف acknowledge، نعترف بالإنجازات accomplishments. نعطيهم حوافز providing incentives for that performance, for that good performance. الحوافز ديما نرجع هم ال pay rises بيكونوا كان بالmoney. That's money. We need to empower our employees. We need to support them. We need to encourage them. We need to offer ongoing assistance. All right. كيف لهنا to focus again on this AI generated infograph, the second one. Managers and employees need to build up trust. لازم يبنيوا confiance. نرجع نحكي على open communication. معناتها إذا كان عندك fears, عندك concerns, you need to communicate, you need to discuss that together. إيه aussi نرجع نأكد على حكاية recognition. ما لازمناش نكونوا ungrateful. We need to be thankful to our employees. باش هما بيدهم they can work in and they can feel it working in good conditions and they can feel that security. خاطر بلاش الإحساس باللا أمان الانسكيورتي بيان سور عنده لي زيفي اللي كنا نحكيو فيهم قبيله. نيجاتيف ايفكتس اوف كورس. باهي هاي سيدي نبداو الارتيكل نتاعنا يلا مع بعضنا. How can we start such a topic؟ دونك ديما ننصح نقول لكم جماعة be up to the point. معناها طلب مني مثلا هنا suggest some practical solutions to improve that relationship. نبدا له ديريكتومون نمهد له لفكرة السولوشنز. شنو نجم نقول؟ يلا خمم معايا.
Improving the
يا
relationship between managers and staff is
يا
essential for strengthening the economy and
is
boosting
essential to strengthen. Yeah.
and um, uh, and
And
boosting
boost.
productivity.
Yeah. All right. أي
Um,
باقي ما هاتش فكرة السولوشنز
uh, uh,
for that or therefore
Therefore, we should consider some
certain you should consider certain or
uh,
some, yeah,
solutions,
practical solutions
or solutions or measures
to guarantee
to guarantee a good
working atmosphere.
working condition.
Well, working conditions. Good. Très bien. Thank you. Aram. The others, what can you say also? What can you say, the others? What can you suggest? خموا يا الخم معي. أي طريقة كما كنت تحكي تو مرام، أي طريقة باش نقدم الفكرة ال practical solutions needed to improve that relationship between managers and staff.
نجم نقولوا nowadays a lot of employees are fired from their work.
باهي لهنا مانيش نحكي على تطريد غسان، تطريد
هي
الخدام.
لا ندخلها زي
كمل
سبب
كمل اقرا كمل يلا كمل فكرتك يلا.
أنا are fired from their work because of معناها absent of the
Because of the absence
recognize
of recognition.
respect.
اي كمل اي. انت
نقول
هيك ما حكيتليش على سوليوشن، ما هاتليش فكرة السوليوشنز. غسان
أي
تكون تري كلير اي بريسي وتستعمل حاجة سهلة بسيطة. وي ابتهال. ابتهال you'd like to say something. بربي جوست حتى اللي عنده فكرة يحب يكتبها في الشات بوكس معناتها you are most welcome. حتى في الشات بوكس كجملة نحكيو على topic sentence كيفاش باش تبدأ تل سوجي تل essay. عنده أي فكرة فازي. وي ذكرى.
شو نجم نقولوا معناها اللي احنا نكونوا responsible مثلا.
أعطيني براتيكمون شو باش تكتب في الإكزامان. بريزيدامون شو باش تقول. أعطيني جملتك وأنا نقول لك نجم ولا. مش باش تكتب كتوبيك سنتنس معناتها جملة تمهيدية للفكرة الرئيسية اللي هي هاي يا جماعة براكتيكال سهلة يا جماعة ما فيها شيء. باش تحكي باش تمهد فكرة practical solutions to improve relationship between managers and staff. باهي اش قلت قبيلة مرام جو
should
كوا
be
وي.
responsible.
باهي مرام نرجع لمرام just a moment. أم، قلت لي certain.
measures
all right.
resolution
باهي certain
measures
measures. باهي ما أخ... ما همش إجراءات مش ناخذوهم أنا.
practical solutions
criteria criteria should be اللي قلت أنت قبيلة يا مرام
consider
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 considered in the relationship.
between manager
Voilà. In the relationship between managers and employees.
staff ولا employee
Voilà. Between managers and the staff. اخزروا لي مليح يا جماعة. certain criteria معايير معينة should be considered in the relationship between managers and the staff to guarantee a good working atmosphere. guarantee ايش نقصد بها باش نضمنوا a
Mhm.
good working atmosphere ولا good working environment. a good working environment. فول ستوب. نبدأ الارجيومونتاسيون
كيف؟
نتاعي. قول لي يا ولدي.
شنو الانسجام؟
الانسجام.
آه.
harmony. To start with لازم مثلا harmony فكرة من الأفكار زاد. لازم تكون فما harmony between the boss and the employees or the staff. Why not؟ هذه فكرة من الأفكار مش موجودة في الجرافس هذوما.
في البوكس فما شكون باعت مساج.
ابتهال. Yes. Building strong relationships between managers and staff is a cornerstone of a thriving workplace. Excellent ابتهال. C'est très bien. C'est très bien. Uh, it's a cornerstone. It's a milestone. For what? For thriving, for of a thriving workplace. Workplace that is thriving, I mean, or your friend means very successful, contributing workplace, or let's say ensuring that good, as we said here, thriving or good working place, working environment. Très bien, Abdiel. Yeah. كملوا تو. To start with, أعطيني الإيدي الأولى تو. مثلا ما نعرفش أنا تبدأوا لي بحكاية الكوميونيكيشن هذه open communication والclear communication حكيت فيها لهنا. أليز يلا. Um, what can you say about that idea here? فكرة الكوميونيكاسيون.
Encourage open. It's important to encourage open communication.
كمل كمل.
Uh,
عبارة عطيتني الارجيومون من الأول للآخر.
okay, start.
Yeah, it is very important.
It is very important to encourage
Encourage, yeah.
communication.
Open discussion, communication, yeah.
Uh,
In a way, d'une
in
façon, in a way.
in a way, مثلاً, by setting meetings
Yeah, by ongoing meetings. Yeah.
where both staff and managers
Provide regular feedback. Yeah.
yes
Very good. Very good. Très bien. شكون آخر يجب يتدخل في نفس الفكرة، فكرة ال open communication between the two. Take your time. It is important or it is باش نكمل مع فكرة مرامة. It is oui قل لي غسان.
لا it's necessary.
It is necessary. Très bien. Voilà, it is indispensable. Necessary, important. To what?
to encourage
To encourage or to boost
open communication.
an open and clear communication between them. Them تعود على شنو؟
And
And the
managers
employee and the manager.
Voilà. Now, it is indispensable to encourage an open and clear communication between them in a way, d'une façon that employees, surtout l'employees, express their fears and concerns. إذا كان عندهم مخاوف، إذا كان عندهم حاجات ما نعرفش أنا فيتور متاع كارير متاعهم مخوفتهم. دونك هنا express their fears and concerns. ما نخليهمش يخدموا في ظروف معناها كلها دوت مناش من الفيتور. Donc, express their fears and concerns. Now, in a way that employees express their fears and concerns openly, and managers شنو يعملوا؟ and managers شنو يجموا يعملوا زادا؟ in that open discussion شنو يجموا يعملوا؟
آه،
مثلا هنا empower، هذه ريتوشي ولا الاخر هذه. donc and managers donc نعود نقراها من اللون. It is indispensable to encourage an open and clear communication between them in a way that employees express their fears and concerns, and managers try to empower and support them regularly. Support them regularly. مش معناها مرة في الفعل. Non. C'est régulier. Ça doit être régulièrement. Support there or encouragement there. Okay? So the fears and concerns, and managers try to empower and support them regularly. Full stop. هذه الفكرة الأولى متاعنا اللي في علاقة بالopen communication. هات نمشيو الفكرة الثانية اللي هي recognition and rewards. هاي recognition and rewards. نجم نعمل linker of addition I would say besides. Yeah, besides. What would you say also? About that particular point, recognition and rewards. Okay? Managers need to
To
consider,
board.
the contributions
Mhm.
to consider the contributions les efforts and the efforts
contribution هم الإنجازات.
الإسهامات متاعهم. الإسهام شو اللي قدموا للسوسيتي. They need to consider these contributions and efforts. So I will reread it. Besides, managers
and not
need
being
to
angry.
consider, voila, not being grateful, ungrateful, yeah, and not to be ungrateful, yeah. So I would reread as I said. Besides, managers need to consider the contributions and the efforts of the staff by doing what?
Pay
By
rise.
rewarding them.
Voila, by showing them public recognition. De temps à autre, publiquement نشكرهم. We show respect publicly. And قلنا by showing parallel structure, by showing them public recognition and offering them قلنا شنو؟
Some rewards.
rewards في شكل شنو؟
Uh,
offering
money.
them
Rising.
rewards in the
promotion of
form
promotion.
لا in the form of شنو in the form في شكل شنو rewards هذوما in the form of
Money.
pay rises surtout of pay rises yeah
بالبروموشن تزيد
yeah
الراتب.
and promote yeah that's it yeah ultimately finally last but not least ما تفهمنا يا جماعة 12 line article ومينيموم لازم عندي 3 arguments ريكوردوا jusqu'à maintenant عنا 2 arguments حكينا على ال open communication clear communication وحكينا في الثانية على ال showing recognition what can you say also a trust voilà trust احكي لي توا على حكاية trust
نجم نزيد حطوا هذيك offer ongoing learning
bien sûr
opportunity.
bien sûr bien sûr يعني ce sont des idées يعاونونا bien sûr اما جست نتفقوا مثلا هنا باش نخدموا نفس الحاجة مع بعضنا حكاية building trust كيفاش الفكرة هذه نجموا نمهدوا لها كتروازيام ارجيومون
مم.
what can you say about that point ابتهال how would you introduce the idea of trust in such an article ابتهال or the others yes any volunteer you're it's open yeah
Managers should be consistent in their actions and decisions.
yeah هذه تحكي على فكرة أخرى being consistent yeah in their decisions yeah تحكي على فكرة أخرى أنت تعرف
Mm.
just خلينا
Madam,
في التراست وي ابتهال like to
Uh,
say something
managers, managers and staff should cultivate trust as the foundation of teamwork, turning turning
yeah
mutual respect into shared success.
very both of them building on your point of view both of them need to build up a strong bond based on الثقة المتبادلة يا جماعة نسميها mutual trust اللي هي ابتهال that is very crucial to what اللي كنت تقول فيها أنت تو that is very crucial to what ابتهال
Shared success.
all right that is crucial that is of great importance that is so crucial to ensure the success of the company as simple as that دونك نعاود نقرأ الفكرة الأخرى ultimately both of them need to build up a strong bond based on mutual trust الثقة المتبادلة اللي هي crucial it's vital it's very important to what to ensure bien sûr البيت متاعنا هو شنو It's ensuring the success of that company. نختم ونقول if we if هنا we نكون plus précisément if all these let's say criteria encore une fois نرجع لفكرة criteria or all these qualities اللي هو trust أو اللي حكينا فيه الكل qualities are provided in a working place ولا in the workplace here in the workplace here in the workplace if all these qualities are provided in the workplace, okay, what's the result? I would say managers and the employees will هنا جواب الشرط يكون future خاطر هنا استعملت present simple will work hand in hand يد في اليد work hand in hand to make their business prosper ما تزدهر prosper and grow ينمو زاد prosper and grow full stop Maran, would you read the whole essay, whole article?
Okay. Certain criteria should be considered in the relationship between managers and the staff to guarantee a good working environment. To start with, it is indispensable
Indispensable.
to encourage an open and clear communication between them in a way that employees express their fears and concerns and managers try to empower and support them regularly. Besides, managers need to consider the contributions and the efforts of the staff by showing them public recognition and offering them rewards in the form of pay rises. Ultimately, both of them need to build up a strong bond based on mutual trust that is crucial to ensure the success of the company. If all these qualities are provided in the workplace, managers and the employees will work hand in hand to make their business prosper and grow.
That's it. I hope that we all agreed on that article, that you are satisfied with that article, that we worked on it together. Anyway, this is it. That's about the two lessons 8 and 9. Staff management and job ads. I hope that it was so clear. Do you have any questions before we leave?
Monsieur ما نعملوش title.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, choose a title for it.
It's too long.
اللي هو قل لي.
Boosting productivity through stronger manager-staff relationships.
با كما قلت أنت طويل.
Uh,
نحاولوا حاجة بسيطة وقصيرة. Short and brief. Short and brief, yes. What can you suggest as a title?
Strengthen manager-staff relationships.
Strengthening, why not? Yeah, yeah, why not? I will choose the one by Ibtihal. Well, how to strengthen? How to strengthen?
what means strengthen?
To make it strong. غسان سألتني ها؟
ايه قوي معناها.
Strength أي جد بالك strengthen والverb من strong ولا adjective ده كله.
واضح
How
شيء.
to strengthen the relationship. هنا كما
between
قالت
the
مرام شكون
employer
طويل
and the
شوية
employee.
yeah, between. How to strengthen relationship between staff and bosses. That's it. Why not? That might be a title for our article. هنا bien sûr bosses double S ها. مليح معي. Do you have any other questions? Any other questions? Even if these questions about other points we discussed in our course today, the whole
No,
course.
certain.
It's okay. Great. Donc, meeting you inshallah next weekend. باش نحاولوا جماعة نخدموا دي ريفيزيون تاعو. et surtout باش نخدموا دي devoirs. I will choose exams. فما الurban exodus ما حكيتش فيه. مقال التام تاع الurban exodus ما حكيتش فيه. مش نحكي فيه ان شاء الله في واحد من لي devoirs. دونك باش نبداو سيري نتاع دي devoirs باش نجم نجيب لكم حتى دي devoirs من المأخوذين من الكونكور نتاع لي زاني بريسيدونت نخدموا مع بعضنا. ما تنساوش encore une fois عندكم دي زيكزامان كوريجي في البلاتفورم تاعنا موجودين. تنجموا تدخلوا تاخذوا فكره دي زيكزامان نحكيو على باك بلان تاخذوا فكره bien sûr. So have a nice weekend and
thank
meeting
you.
you inshallah. You are most welcome. Meeting you next weekend inshallah.
إن شاء الله.
سلام.
Bye bye. Salam. Bye bye.